Hey everyone, and welcome to this month's Karratha Market Update. Karratha is now officially the most expensive place to rent a property in Western Australia, with the median rent now sitting at $1,300 per week. We're a third of the way through February and our agency has leased 10 properties, and these are a couple of our standout rentals that have been leased. 5 Hewan Street in Dampier was a beautifully renovated 3-bedroom home with a pool, which leased for $2,000 per week. 13 Nickel Road was a property that we actually sold, and during the under offer process we were able to secure a tenant off market at $1,100 per week. And finally, 4 O'Neill is a renovated 3-bedroom 1-bathroom with a pool, and we're able to secure a tenancy at $1,800 per week. The sales market has continued to perform very strongly through February, and for the whole year so far our agency has listed 23 new properties and we've been able to place 24 properties under offer. Now the RBA have increased the cash rate to 3.85%. Now in the short term I don't expect this to have any effect on the property market whatsoever. However, my only caveat on that is that if we wake up in September and we've had multiple rate increases during that period, it is possible that the narrative around the property market will be different to what it is now and buyer behaviour may change. Also, we may see an increase in the number of properties selling as investors look to offload an asset to manage their cash flow and the costs of simply holding a property, particularly in an area like Karratha where insurance is higher and rates are higher, are generally going to be the property that they're going to sell. On top of that, what we might see later in the year is that buyer behaviours start to change. Again, that narrative that's being put out at a macro level from the media that will ultimately affect the buyer's decisions around how they behave inside negotiations. Also, if the cost of buying a property is significantly increased between now and then, again, on top of the cost of living crisis that we're seeing at the moment, it may make buyers' decisions or ability to be able to stretch themselves actually become less of a thing compared to what we're seeing currently in the property market. Noting all this though, there is still a massive supply issue that troubles our marketplace. If I was to go and build a property and sign a build contract today, it's likely it'll take around 18 months for me to finish that home, and I'd also be paying a massive premium when compared to an established property that potentially has a pool, maybe a little bit older, that I can move into right away. It's probably going to be selling for just underneath what the build price is right now with more features and benefits. So with all that being said, it is difficult to see the market retracting in the short to medium term future, especially as major projects reach peak construction phase. And I suspect that this year will be the year where we feel a significant surge in price. If I think back to the COVID era, that was a genuine surge in property prices. And we could all say, probably arguably say, that the market was pretty steady growth over the last 5 years. But early signs to me are saying that we're in the middle of a surge, and in 3 or 4 months' time, we'll probably look back and see some significant price growth. Thanks so much for joining me for this market update. If you need any real estate assistance, contact Realmark Karratha on 9197 2600.